Give me the Falcons. -2 on the road in New York. Whenever you see this guy, he's a lot more fit than I think you imagine.
Nice.
You think mustache, you think last name Smith, you see Dick Smith in the pub in London, you think maybe this guy's like incredibly out of shape. You know what I mean? Maybe he's a 300-pound slob. That is not the case. He is tall and handsome. I did not expect this whenever he walks over. Got a nice, wait till you see this guy. He looks, and that is an omen and a mojo that I think is going to be tough to stop this weekend in MetLife. And although the story is one, and we'll ask Artie Smith about this, if the Jets win a couple games, maybe the greatest story in the history of football happens with Aaron Rodgers coming back, beating the Achilles, and then the Jets able to do that. Artie Smith's in the lead in the NFC South. Okay, They got a lot to play for as well. This ain't about what's going on in Hollywood, a story in New York. He's talking about what's going on in Atlanta. I like the Falcons.
All right, I like the Falcons, obviously, as 2-point favorites at home. You want to roll through and finish these quick before Artie comes on?
I don't think we should. Yeah, it feels like we should stop right now. And, yep.
We can pick it up right after Artie. He's getting Artie set up right now on his chair. Nick gets upset when I bend down to talking to the mic, by the way, but it's something. I understand it picks me up here, but it's something mentally, Nick. It just doesn't.
Yeah, you feel like you got to be on the mic.
You got because normally you do have to eat the mic. You got to eat the mic.
You just look like an amateur. That's all it looks like. It looks like you're never speaking to a microphone.
Thank you, Pat.
That's it.
No,
that's what.
No, because amateurs hold the mic 9 feet away from their face all the time. I have a practice of eating the mic because I know you usually do have to eat the mic.
Well, Nick says the same thing to me. It's hard not to get on top of that thing. So don't you? You're doing a great job. Nick also doing a fantastic job. They're just trying to figure it out. Speaking of great jobs, the man who this is his house, okay, and his team's currently in the lead of the NFC South. What a big time winner of the Saints, ladies and gentlemen. Head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, handsome Artie Smith.
Jesus.
Wow.
Great.
See him.
Great
Look,
fit.
he's strapping.
Wow.
Isn't he? He's a strapping lad.
Yeah.
Realize you're 6'5".
One of the best backhanded complimented intros I've ever had.
No, we don't do that around here. What are you talking about?
That was awesome.
I would never
I loved
do
it.
that. Stadium's beautiful.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then you should have been here last Sunday. It was the loudest I've ever heard it. We got a drone behind us.
That fucker's fast. I tried to chase it down just a little bit ago. It is not catchable. Last Sunday when Luda was in the sky, did you see him?
Actually, I didn't see it when it happened. I heard the song, and obviously, you got so much tunnel vision as you're coaching the game. I saw the video afterwards. I saw, the setup on Saturday, so I knew it was happening. I actually didn't see it during the game.
Did you test out the swing up there?
No. I don't think I'll do that. But.
Okay, you're in the lead in the NFC South. You remember not too long ago. How long ago was it, boys, when we were in Georgia?
3 weeks, 4 weeks?
Yeah.
3 weeks, 4 weeks, 4 weeks ago.
It was bad energy.
3, 4 weeks.
Deserved it. We were going through a little bit of a slump.
But I'm saying now, right?
Now,
we're all the way back, right?
Well, you don't ever want to get out ahead of yourself, but we feel pretty good. We got a big game going up to New York. Kind of a conflict for you. I know I'm a cheaper date than Aaron, but
certainly.
So and I saw you picked us, so that's good.
Well, you're standing right there.
I know you're pandering. So.
Yeah, absolutely. You know exactly what I was doing there. But let's talk about, are you worried about ruining the story of Aaron coming back with an Achilles quicker than anybody in history? Because if they're not in anymore, he's not going to play. You could potentially
That's not my concern. He's not going to play Sunday. So, obviously big fan of Aaron's, but, we got to go win this game.
Yeah, but what about the fairy tale that could happen there? You know what I mean? Movie.
Yeah. It's not really my concern. That, we got to win this game. I know it's probably better for your ratings.
Great.
Right. Like I said, but it's not really my concern. We got to find a way to go beat the Jets up there.
Let's talk about you and Bijan's relationship. Obviously, that has been something that has been speculated upon all season. Last week, he's getting wet in the end zone multiple times. What have you seen from him, the development of him his rookie season, and where do you think we can go with Bijan?
Well, we got a lot of good offensive players. I thought he played pretty well last week. I thought the offensive line played really well. It was probably their best game, and all three runners got involved, and we got a lot of good weapons. That's the encouraging thing, is hopefully hitting our stride as we get into December.
You have beers with that offensive line outside the locker room last week, with how big of a game they had against an NFC South rival?
They got in trouble for that last year. So, again, I just try to abide by the rules,
They had beers, AJ. They had beers. AJ, your question for Coach.
I love it, Coach. I may be there for your game on Sunday. I'm excited to watch your squad play in person. Obviously, quarterback Desmond Ridder. when you see what a quarterback goes through, especially a young quarterback in the NFL, like I say a lot, it's the toughest position in all of pro sports. Would you agree with that in one way or the other? And also, like, what is it like to try to step in there as a young guy, and how many things do they have going on inside their head the whole week, let alone on game day? How do you free them up and say, okay, here we go, trust the process, go out there and make plays?
Yeah, I mean, you just said it. You try to get them into that mindset. It's easier said than done. It is the toughest job in professional sports. I mean, those guys, get paid the way they do, and it comes with the job description. But Desmond's a really tough-minded person. That's why we loved him coming out of Cincinnati. He's had some really good moments, especially when the pressure's on. Late in the game, the third downs, 2-minute, fourth quarter. And it's why we believe in him. But it's a long journey, as you know better than anybody. And he did a really nice job last week. Even coming back, you're going to hit adversity, and then the way he bounced back from those interceptions and gave us a chance. So we're excited about him, excited about his future.
Speaking of bouncing back, your face, that mustache.
It's quick.
Let's go.
Told you, the T-levels, man.
Hey.
It says a lot about you how quickly you can grow that stash back.
I think so. The team, by the way, if you see that thing come back, right, with it.
So
right?
fast.
Yeah.
Fast.
I can't say that's why, but it certainly didn't hurt.
Well, Luda hanging from the sky helps.
That
too.
helps, too.
Tone has a question for you, Coach.
Yeah, I do, Coach. Do you always dress this cool, or was it just because you knew that you were coming on the show in person today?
I don't have a stylist
Okay.
like some guys in this profession, Matt LaFleur, but so
I think he has
kind of dress
he has an
myself
eyebrow
and
person,
just kind of have
too.
my own style, man. You got to try to stay classic so you don't go out of style, right?
I said you were a strapping lad.
No, that is great. I mean, I appreciate the compliment.
But to be honest, whenever we just see your face, whenever we're talking to you, I thought maybe there was a chance D-tackle, offensive lineman.
I wasn't one of those like 5'9", stubby, 305 portly little D tackles. Not saying I was the most fit guy, but I did take pride in actually working out and being in shape, being strong. So
Are you still able to do that with how much time it takes to be a head coach in the NFL?
you got to find time. You know that better than anybody.
Survive, yeah.
Yeah, you do. Because if you let it, you try to make excuses. I mean, you talk about feeling awful by the end of the week. You got to make time.
So this season's flown by for us. We're just like we're in week 13 already.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I know. It's December 1st.
College football championships happening
Right.
this weekend. For you, I assume it is so fast. Everything just
Yeah,
kind of one
absolutely.
day after another.
Yeah, it is. Like you blink, and old coach said this. Like the season starts, you blink, it's Halloween, then you realize it's Thanksgiving. All of a sudden, it's New Year's. It's just the way it goes.
But to be at this point, to still have everything in front of you has to feel damn good.
It does.
What has the messaging to the team been?
Well, I mean, it's same. The consistency. Like I've always thought this. The really good teams are playing their best football at the end of the year. So hopefully you get into the postseason, and that's when you want to peak. You don't want to peak in September, but you want to obviously play well enough where you have a shot to go win your division. Get into the playoffs, and then all bets are off then.
Oh yeah, Connor has a question for you, Coach.
Yeah, Arthur, I was going to ask about global warming and politics, but I figure I'd save that for a rainy day.
Well, I appreciate that.
I do want to ask you, however, hold on. There has been some DNA recovered in Peru that people are saying are aliens. It doesn't kind of mirror what our DNA obviously is like, and they're saying that here it is from a unknown species. What are your thoughts just in general about aliens as a whole? And also, if you want to dive into Peru, if you're a big fan of Peru, please go ahead. I would love to hear about it.
Well, I'm a big fan of Peru, but I'm going to stay out of this one too. I mean, the more you start thinking about space and the solar system and really the universe, it could take you into weird spots.
Sure.
Which I'm sure you've had some deep conversation. I can tell by that the way that mullet's going.
Yep.
You probably have.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll stay out of that one on air.
I think that on air, sweet.
Okay.
Let's just turn these off.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get you duped for that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then it just all of a sudden the video leaks out later. Yeah, I'm not that guy.
No, we're not that type of media. We wouldn't do that to you.
on.
I would say this, and I like to keep this in mind as you have these deep thoughts about the potential extraterrestrials.
Mm-hmm.
We'll beat their ass in football. You know what I mean? You line them up in an Oklahoma drill, they have no leverage.
Nope.
They will have no idea what to do, and we will alpha them with the game.
I would agree with that one.
You know what I mean?
But the rest of the stuff, the technology, I mean, I don't know if what's real, what's not. But but certainly in the Oklahoma drill for sure.
Well, that's what I'm saying, on the
Absolutely.
field.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're not talking about
No,
in the sky
no,
with
no.
the drone in the sky.
No,
We're talking
no.
about on the field, on the turf.
I would agree with that, yeah.
In the
Okay,
trenches.
so we're good then,
We're good there. Yeah, in the trenches.
which is where you win ball games.
Absolutely.
You firmly believe that? You think that's the identity of your team and that will always be an identity of a team that you coach?
Oh, I mean, look, you want to play well in the lines of scrimmage. I mean, but certain years, depending on how your team's built. If you build the team around the punter and then Peyton, I mean, that's what you're going to lean into, right? So you got to play the strengths of your team.
Winningest decade of all time. Ty has a question for you.
Yeah, Coach, I know you said that there's not exactly a correlation between you growing back your mustache and you guys kind of winning and getting that NFC South lead again here. I've grown out a little bit of a mustache, trying to.
It's a handsome look.
Okay, I appreciate that. I'm trying to will my Iowa Hawkeyes to a victory in the Big Ten championship. Now, it might not be as full as yours, but could you? I mean, any tips, from a master mustachioed man on how I can make this thing look a little better than it currently does? We're just one day into this thing right now.
Yeah, definitely get in the weight room.
Well, I mean, I'm past that. I'm past that.
Well, it helps. You still need to do that. So.
What about summoning the power of that mustache to maybe win the Big Ten tomorrow? Where they're
I can see it. I mean, we got Parker Hesse back last week. Direct correlation. He's an old Iowa Hawkeye, converted defensive end, old Iron Hawk winner.
What college did you go to?
North Carolina.
Oh man, had a chance this year.
Yeah, I did.
And then they lost in a non-sold-out stadium.
Yikes.
Yeah, well, I still root for the Tar Heels, but I'm sure it was frustrating at the end.
You don't get to pay attention to college ball during the season,
I mean, you catch, how it is. You catch it when you get to the hotel. Sometimes it's on in our, when we're on the road and in the meal rooms and stuff like that. You're certainly aware of what's going on, but you don't sit there and watch a game for 4 hours.
So I'm from Pittsburgh, NFL town. Indianapolis.
Which is a shame that you don't have a stash. Like, how many people from Pittsburgh?
Yeah, but look at my dad had a great one. Look
Bill
at my hair
Carr.
color. You know what I mean? It's
Russ
just,
Clem.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mike
I worked with
Ditka.
Russ. I mean, Russ might have the best stash.
One of
And
Yours
those
is-
are great ones. Cower, I mean, those are elite ones. Ditka.
yours is getting up there, though. You need to know
I
that.
appreciate that.
There's some good
We got to win
girth.
some more games. Or,
Juan stash.
Russ might have had the best.
But for me, it's not the right color.
That's true.
I can't do
Yeah,
it.
the blonde is,
Yeah,
That's
so I would
kinda
have
light.
to do the whole eyeliner thing.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No, I don't want to do that.
No.
That's disgusting.
Bob Sala.
Anyways. But yeah, he did that to his whole beard. You see, Coach, you're playing this weekend. Don't say anything. You're right.
Yeah,
That's a well. Look at us looking out for people. But fuck, where was I headed?
Edit that off
Pittsburgh,
here.
that's
Is that in your contract? You're allowed to.
Oh, Pittsburgh's a.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pittsburgh, NFL town. Indianapolis, NFL town. Down here, it's like the South. It's different. Do you experience like that? This is a college community. Is there any difference being in like a SEC country type team as opposed to anywhere else you've been?
I think it's both. You got some diehard Falcon fans. Like, they love the Falcons here, which is awesome. And I felt the same way when I worked in Tennessee. And then growing up in Memphis, people love football in general. And, obviously the Falcons have a great fan base here, but all over the Southeast, the SEC is like a religion. Yeah. So they're two different things. I mean, I think they're both. And there's absolutely people who are passionate about the Falcons, but the SEC, it is a religion.
And in the NFL style, number one in the NFC South. Just a couple weeks back, they were calling for you to get the hell out of town. And now what are we doing, boys? Maybe hanging a banner up here in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Woo! We can't thank you enough for all year, pal. Good luck this weekend.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Hey, remember, though, if the Jets aren't in it, he's not going to come back and play.
That's between you and Aaron and the Jets.
Thank you, Coach.
Go Falcons.
Thank you.
You have a big part in that. Coach.
I
Rise
appreciate
up.
it, bro.
We still don't have
I
the
picked
FedEx
you guys.
deal
I
either.
picked you. Remember that? I picked you guys -2.
Oh, well, just glad you picked us.
Is Dick Smith?
So, but that is a good question.
Hopefully
Yeah,
he's
Tony brought up a good point.
I don't know if he ever works. Only time
We'll
I see
audit
him, he's
that.
in a pub hammering beer.
Yeah, we'll have to audit that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, as a shareholder, you ought to demand to know what he's doing.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
We should start asking some more questions.
We'll get that done.
How many brothers and sisters? How many? The whole family?
I'm 1 of 10.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Where in the
That was
list?
like-
Where are you?
I'm the 4th youngest.
Okay. Whew.
Yeah.
So
6 old.
6.
6.
Tomato,
Six?
tomato.
Well, I don't know
Math,
which one you
yeah,
count.
math.
Yeah,
I don't know which one you count. Because whenever you count like people's years in the
Right.
league and you look at Wikipedia.
I know that always screws people up, right?
Yeah, because you count the first
I know,
year, but it's
yeah.
you do the math. It's not. So you're the 6th oldest. That's awesome. You got 5 elders.
You guys are struggling with that.
7th. All right, anyway,
Six over.
Yeah, listen, it's not. This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
We don't know his family. I don't know his. I wish I did. Honestly, are we ever going to get invited to a holiday?
You guys are coming this summer.
The summer,
We're flying you
yeah.
in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean everybody.
He's 6'8".
I'd bring everybody. Yeah, we got room for everybody.
Wait, what do you mean?
we
We
jet
weren't
ski?
we weren't
Yeah.
before,
I know.
Arthur? What the hell happened?
Dueling grilled cheese just for this game.
What is this? What is this?
The 2 foot long dueling grilled cheese.
Eat it all.
2 foot tall
So
dueling.
this represents both teams, UGA and Alabama. So we have pulled chicken on one side, brisket on the other.
Ooh.
Specifically for SEC championship.
Just joking.
Thank you so much.
Is that
the Falcons
Matt, I appreciate
team-
you.
team
I'm gonna eat the hell out of this thing.
Enjoy it.
Thank you so much. He did have a great beard. That was. He would have a phenomenal mustache if he wanted to.
He did. He would.
If he really wanted, I think he could. Thank you for the hospitality.
I appreciate it.
See you,
Good to see
brother.
you, brother.
Have a good one, man.
All right.
Thanks,
Boy,
Coach.
Coach.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Artie!
Look, Artie.
He's strapping. I
Yeah.
didn't
Is he
expect him.
6'8"?
He's huge.
How tall, Artie? How tall are you?
I used to say 6'4", but probably really 6'3".
That's not true.
He said. Did you hear what he said there?
Yeah.
He said he's 6'5".
On the, when you're younger, you're like, oh, I'm 6'4", 6'3".
6'5". Artie's 6'5".
Yeah, he's 6'5".
Oh, okay.
We need to start
Depending-
talking about him in the Coach Wars.
Yeah, I think he can handle himself.
He
I
can
think
take
he could.
Vrabel.
How pissed is he
And
when we
he's-
talk about it? If he ever sees clips of us talking about coaches fighting and we never have put his name in that list, I bet he
See you,
gets
man.
so upset.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, he's fucking.
I was seeing his arm. He's wearing that vest. His shoulder capsule, his arms are jacked.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was. I think he's still working out on a pretty regular basis. It's a dueling grilled cheese, boys. This is just in town here for the SEC championship.
You got to eat the whole thing.
Looks
it
absurd.
looks
Is this
so
like a
good.
challenge? You got to eat it under a minute or something?
So this one's chicken with a grilled cheese, and then this one is the brisket, I believe.
Ooh.
So I don't know which one's which though. I don't know which one's Georgia, which one's Alabama. What would it be?
The bread looks real good.
Would Georgia,
Georgia
be
be the-
brisket?
See, I was gonna say chicken because of Chick-fil-A and whatnot.
Oh,
Sure.
Oh.
good point.
Jeez.
Oh, that bread looks scrumptious.
It does. Those bell peppers?
Oh, this looks really good, doesn't it?
Oh, you can.
Oh,
You can hear that
what a
crunch.
crunch.
You can hear the crunch.
Perfect
one of the
crunch.
Best bread crunches I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That was a movie.
Pretty
That was
good.
a movie.
Pretty good.